ലോകം മുഴുവൻ സുഖം പകരാനായി സ്നേഹദീപമേ മിഴി തുറക്കൂ.
She's a woman, strong and true, with dreams as vast as the sky so blue. She fights, she loves, she stands so tall, a beacon of hope. She gives her all. Today we honor her, near and far, for she is light and a guiding star. Whether you're a woman who has empowered those around you, or a man who stands alongside women and believes in the power of equality, your presence here today matters. Good afternoon, Kottayam Bar Association, respected dignitaries, and dear fellow advocates. It is an honor to have you here to celebrate the remarkable achievements of women across the world. The whole world celebrates International Women's Day on 8th of March every year. This year's theme of International Women's Day is Invest in Women, Accelerate Action. This is a call to action that reminds us that investing in women is not only the right thing to do, but it is also the smart thing to do. When we invest in women, we accelerate progress towards a more equitable and just society. Throughout history, women have faced countless barriers, biases, but they have continued to break down walls, shatter glass ceilings, and push boundaries. So today, we are here to celebrate strength, resilience, and determination. To start off today's celebrations, I invite Advocate Renu Sajeev ma'am for the welcome speech.
Distinguished Chief Guest, Smt.Swaati Ratna S. IPOS, our Honorable Chief Judicial Magistrate, Smt. Roshni H. Ma'am, Vice President Advocate, Smt. C.S. Girija Ma'am, distinguished judges out of the dais, and my beloved seniors, and dear my colleagues. First of all, I express my sincere gratitude towards all the lady advocates present here to select me as the senior lady representative unanimously. Today, we are celebrating the International Women's Day. There is a fascinating history behind this day. I'm not going to detail into that, but in 1909, thousands and thousands of women fought for their rights and freedom for the first time, and now also it is continuing. As we know, women play a vital role in the society and in all parts of our life. They are caregivers, they are mothers, they are leaders, and they are entrepreneurs and also activists. While at home, while at the workplace, and also in the society at large. We are celebrating the Women's Day now, not only remembering their achievements, but also remembering all the hardships and challenges behind that. Even though the life is full of challenges, we can live for ourselves. Challenges may come and not to destroy us, but to enhance the power and the potential hidden in us. There are innumerable problems for women. That is, a limited education and insufficient sanitary facilities, acid attacks, domestic violence, physical and sexual harassments, and dowry harassment, gender inequality, etc., etc., etc. So many problems are there. Since then, why women are special? I'm also once more asking, then why women are special? Women are special for so many reasons. First of all, I say women are sensitive. Yes, women are sensitive to the extent that in mothers, they can capture the waves from the atmosphere of a possibility of endangering the life of their children if she is a real mother. They can capture the waves from the atmosphere if she is a real mother. And regarding the genetic nature too, women always keep the house and her surroundings clean, neat and tidy. She is also ready to fulfill all the needs of their home. That is the genetic order. And regarding the empathetic listening and problem-solving capacity, the anterior cingulate cortex is large in women. As you know, it was also thick. So that helps in quick decision-making capacity of a woman. As you know, the cerebral cortex is thick. So they are not hasty persons. Decision-making capacity is too high in women. Are you admitting this? Psychology and sociology tell that women are strong. For example, I say, you think of a husband and wife. If the husband dies first, what will be the state of the woman? The woman survives. Easily she survives. But what is the state of the man if the wife dies first? He will be like a bird has no wings. Definitely he will be put to trouble. Then women are more economically practical too. That's of their rational thinking. So many examples are there. Then psychologists say they take multitasks. Am I right? They take multitask. Am I right? It's right. Even though so many acts are there enacted for women. For example, the Maternity Benefit Act of 1961 and the Equal Remuneration Act of 1975, Domestic Violence Act, POS Act, etc., etc., etc. So many acts are there. Up to the Women's Reservation Bill of 2023. That is Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam. You all know what is the specialty of the bill. The bill was introduced in Lok Sabha, in the parliament by a special session. And the specialty is that it was introduced by Geeta Mukherjee, a lady, and it was signed also by our Honorable President Smt.Swaati Murmu. And it was passed in the special session of the Parliament. Then coming to the rights of the woman, I am not going to in detail a right to live, that is the first right to live free from all violence and free from slavery and free from discrimination. And secondly, the right to be educated. And thirdly, the right to vote, the right to earn an equal wage. In India, I say it is the violation of Article 39D, equal pay, and Article 14, equality, and Article 15, non-discrimination, and Article 16, equality of opportunities. It is the violation of all the 4 articles in the Constitution. As we know about CEDAW, that is, as you know, a Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, adopted in 1979 by the UN General Assembly. International Bill of Rights of Women. The Assembly slogan, you remember? The Assembly slogan is that every woman, every right. The word woman, that is W for wonderful, and O outstanding, and M marvelous, and A adorable, and N nice. So, altogether, women are wonderful, and women are outstanding, and women are marvelous too, adorable, and nice too. Now is the time for inviting your distinguished guests. First of all, let me invite our chief guest, Smt.Swaati Ratna, IPOS. Ma'am, we are eagerly waiting for your words. About ma'am. She has a primary higher secondary education schooling in Cloney Matriculation Higher Secondary School, Salem. And she was graduated as valedictorian of the batch of 2012. And was awarded the Young Scientist Award by the National Children's Science Congress 2006. Also, she was awarded the gold medal for being the university topper in Alagappa College of Technology, that is Anna University at Chennai. And also she was awarded the Karana Scholarship 2015 by the Indo-US Science and Technology Forum. And also she co-authored and published the research papers in the field of protein folding dynamics during internship and project work at IIT Madras. Also, she was passionate of lawn tennis playing. Also a avid reader and interested in quizzing. Ma'am, we, in the name of Bar Association Kottayam, we invite you in this function. And secondly, our Chief Judicial Magistrate, Roshni Ma'am, always calm and peaceful, giving positive energy to whom she speaks, full of gracious too. She belongs to Trivandrum, and after her meritorious completion of education, she was appointed as Magistrate of Patrampitta, Palakkad and Trivandrum, and then Principal Municip of Kollam. and then she was promoted to subject at Tivula, and then as Chief Judicial Magistrate here in our station. I heartily welcome ma'am to this function. Then as Vice President, as we all know, she was an active member of this bar from 1989 onwards. She was a junior of Kumalagam Shankuni Menon sir, and she is now practicing as an associate of Advocate B.P. Binu sir, and she was practicing mostly in motor accidents claims tribunal cases. She was, while at the Law Academy Law College, she was the representative in the first year itself. Hence, leadership capacity and quality vested in her is sure. Ma'am, we are under the leadership of you, and I heartily welcome you to this function. And also welcome to the honorable judges out of the dais. Ma'am, our beloved principal Munsif and Smt. Jyoti Babu. She is here, now she is here only. The rest of the judges are at work, I think. Ma'am, I invite you to this function. I also invite every lovely and beautiful lady advocates present here to this function. My dears, Women's Day is for you and for us. Cheer up, let us join together to build a beautiful tomorrow. I am also inviting all the male advocates present here who give support to us on this event. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that thought-invoking message and for welcoming our guests. Now, I invite Kottayam Bar Association's Vice President, Advocate C.S. Girija ma'am, for her presidential address.
നമ്മുടെ ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട ചീഫ് ജുഡീഷ്യൽ മജിസ്ട്രേറ്റ് ഓഷി മാഡം, നമ്മുടെ ചീഫ് ഗസ്റ്റ് സ്വാതി രത്ന IPS, നമ്മുടെ സീനിയർ മെമ്പർ രേണു മാഡം, ഇവിടെ ഇരിക്കുന്ന മുൻസിഫ്, നമ്മുടെ പ്രസിഡന്റ് KS വിനോദ് കുമാർ, സെക്രട്ടറി ഷെബി, ട്രഷറർ സേതുകുമാർ, കമ്മിറ്റി അംഗങ്ങളെ, നമ്മുടെ ഗുരുഭൂതന്മാരായ സീനിയർ അഡ്വക്കേറ്റ്സ്, ജൂനിയർ അഡ്വക്കേറ്റ്സ്, എല്ലാവർക്കും നമസ്കാരം. സ്ത്രീ ശാക്തീകരണത്തിൻ്റെ ഭാഗമായ ഒരു വലിയ ദിനമാണ് അന്താരാഷ്ട്ര വനിതാ ദിനാചരണം. വിദ്യാഭ്യാസം, തൊഴിൽ, ആരോഗ്യം, കുടുംബം എന്നീ മേഖലകളിൽ വനിതകൾ കൈവരിച്ച വിജയത്തിൻ്റെ മാറ്റുറപ്പിക്കുന്ന ദിവസമാണ് അന്താരാഷ്ട്ര വനിതാ ദിനം. ലോകത്തുള്ള എല്ലാ വനിതകൾക്കുമായി ഒരു ദിവസം എന്ന ആശയത്തിൽ നിന്നാണ് അന്താരാഷ്ട്ര വനിതാ ദിനം ഉരുത്തിരിഞ്ഞത്. ഇന്റർനാഷണൽ വിമൻസ് ഡേ എല്ലാ വർഷവും മാർച്ച് 8-ന് ആഘോഷിക്കുന്നു. ഇതിന് ചരിത്രപരമായ ഓർമ്മകൾ കൂട്ടുണ്ട്. വനിതകൾ അവർ ജോലി ചെയ്യുന്ന സ്ഥലത്തെ സൗകര്യങ്ങളും ജീവിത നിലവാരവും മെച്ചപ്പെടുത്തുന്നതിനായി അവർ മുന്നേറിയ മുന്നേറ്റത്തിൻ്റെ പിൻബലവും വ്യവസായ ശക്തികളുടെ ആധിപത്യത്തിനുമേൽ വിയർപ്പും ശക്തിയും കൊണ്ട് സ്ത്രീകൾ കൈവരിച്ച വിജയത്തിൻ്റെ മുന്നേറ്റവുമാണ് അവയിൽ പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ടവ. 20-ാം നൂറ്റാണ്ടിൻ്റെ ആരംഭത്തിൽ വ്യാവസായിക വളർച്ചയിലേക്ക് കാലൂന്നിയിരുന്ന പല രാജ്യങ്ങളിലും കുറഞ്ഞ വേതനത്തിലും മോശപ്പെട്ട തൊഴിൽ ചുറ്റുപാടിലും ജീവിക്കേണ്ടി വന്ന സ്ത്രീകളുടെ കരളുറപ്പിൻ്റെ അനുസ്മരണമാണ് അന്താരാഷ്ട്ര വനിതാ ദിനാചരണമായി നമ്മൾ ആഘോഷിക്കുന്നത്. യാഥാസ്ഥിക പുരുഷാധിപത്യ സമൂഹത്തിലെ പാർശ്വവൽക്കരിക്കപ്പെട്ട സ്ത്രീകളുടെ ആരോഗ്യവും മാനസികവും സാമൂഹികവുമായ ശാക്തീകരണമാണ് ഇതിൻ്റെ പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ടത്. ലിംഗസമത്വം, ലിംഗനീതി എന്നീ ആശയങ്ങൾ ഇതുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് ഉയർത്തിപ്പിടിക്കാറുണ്ട്. ഇവിടെ നമ്മുടെ ചടങ്ങ് ഭംഗിയാക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി എത്തിയിരിക്കുന്ന നമ്മുടെ ചീഫ് ജുഡീഷ്യൽ മജിസ്ട്രേറ്റ് CJMനെ ഞങ്ങൾ ക്ഷണിക്കാൻ ചെന്നപ്പോൾ വളരെ പ്ലസൻ്റായിട്ട്, സന്തോഷമായിട്ട്, പോസിറ്റീവായിട്ടാണ് ഞങ്ങളോട് പെരുമാറിയതും ഇവിടെ പ്രസംഗിക്കാൻ, സ്പീച്ച് നടത്താൻ വരുന്ന കാര്യത്തിലും എല്ലാം വളരെ പോസിറ്റീവായിട്ടാണ് നമ്മളോട് സംസാരിച്ചത്. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ നമ്മുടെ ചീഫ് ഗസ്റ്റ് Smt.Swaati Ratna IPOSും നമ്മൾ ഇൻവൈറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ ചെന്നപ്പോൾ വളരെ പോസിറ്റീവായിട്ട്, എനർജറ്റിക് ആയിട്ടാണ് നമ്മളോട് സംസാരിച്ചതും പെരുമാറിയത്. ഈ 2 വനിതാ രത്നങ്ങളാണ് നമ്മുടെ ചടങ്ങ് മോടി കൂട്ടുവാൻ ഇവിടെ എത്തിയിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഇവർ 2 പേരും എനർജറ്റിക് ചാമിങ് യങ് ലേഡീസാണ്. ഇവരുടെ 2 പേരുടെയും സാമീപ്യവും ആശംസകളും കൊണ്ട് നമ്മുടെ വനിതാ ദിനം ധന്യമാക്കുമെന്ന് എനിക്ക് ഉറപ്പുണ്ട്. പിന്നെ നമ്മുടെ നേരത്തെ മുൻ വൈസ് പ്രസിഡന്റുമാരായ കെ ഭാഗ്യം, തങ്കം, സീനിയർ ലേഡി അഡ്വക്കേറ്റ്സായ ആനിസി കുരുവിള, PG ഗിരിജ, സോഫി പുന്നസ്, കമല രാമനാഥ്, ഈ 6 പേരും ഈ 2 വനിതാ രത്നങ്ങളും കൂടെ കൂടി നമ്മുടെ ഈ ചടങ്ങ് ധന്യമാക്കുമെന്ന് എനിക്ക് നല്ല ഉറപ്പുണ്ട്. ഇന്ന് നമ്മുടെ പ്രസിഡന്റ് KS വിനോദ് കുമാർ സാറിൻ്റെ നേതൃത്വത്തിൽ ഇത്തവണത്തെ കമ്മിറ്റി കൂടിയിരിക്കുന്ന 15 അംഗ കമ്മിറ്റികൾ ഞങ്ങൾ ഒരുമിച്ച് ഒറ്റക്കെട്ടായി നിന്നുകൊണ്ട് ഈ ബാറിൻ്റെ നല്ല പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങൾ കാഴ്ചവെക്കുമെന്ന് ഞാൻ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഉറപ്പ് തരികയാണ്. ഇവിടെ കൂടിയിരിക്കുന്ന എല്ലാവർക്കും സ്നേഹത്തിൻ്റെ ഭാഷയിൽ ഒരു നല്ല വനിതാ ദിനം ആശംസിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ നിർത്തട്ടെ. നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your thoughts with us. Now it's time for inaugurating a celebration, and for that I invite Chief Judicial Magistrate of Kottayam, Roshni ma'am, for her inaugural address.
Chairperson of today's function, Advocate Srimati C.S. Girija, Advocate Renu Sajeev, Chief Guest Smt.Swaati Ratna IPOS, my dear friend Jyoti, respected senior members of the bar, my dear advocates and all present over here. March 8th, International Women's Day. As we all know, it is a day on which we recognize the need for gender equality and women empowerment. As rightly pointed out by our Vice President, it has a long history. But the United Nations has given recognition to this day to celebrate March 8th as International Women's Day in the year 1975. And this year's theme for the celebration is for all women and girls, right, equality and empowerment. Today, I was asked to speak a few words about the speciality of this day. And I take this opportunity as I think it is a really important one to give a message to the ladies, especially the youngsters who are into the profession of advocacy. I want them to open up their heart to see the vast opportunities in front of them and fearlessly grab them. Unlike in the past, we know that in the past there were only a few ladies in this profession. But now we can proudly say that lot of ladies, lot of youngsters are coming into the profession. This itself shows how far ahead we are in gender equality. Irrespective of the fact that an advocate is a male or female, now the public, the clients, they also repose a confidence upon the lady advocates to entrust their matters. But it cannot be left unnoticed. And with so sadness, I would say that many of the youngsters who come up into this profession will leave the same within a few days after the enrollment. The reasons may be various, including financial, marriage, for upcoming the family. But whatever it may be, here is the situation where we, the women, should deviate from the conventional way of thinking. Because obstacles are quite natural, let it be for a male or female. The question is, how strong a lady to get over this obstacle? This is the power which one should possess in their life. And many factors, in fact, contribute for this power. These include the way in which she is born and brought up, the impact of the society, the hardship she has faced, the mental trauma she has undergone, and the like. But here is the place, or here is the situation where the lady should show the power of resilience. You have to decide whether you want to break the barriers and to grab your dreams. But to break these barriers, you need to take the risk and come out of the comfort zone. If you take the example of great ladies who has put a signature in their career graph, they all has once faced these barriers, but they dared enough to come out of the comfort zone. Now, fighting for gender equality or celebrating Women's Day will not bring anything home. I don't think so. I believe that the most powerful creature in this world is woman, both physically as well as emotionally. No man could balance home and workplace in a way as a woman does. She is a daughter, wife, mother, grandmother. Many working women are compelled to give up their dreams or their higher opportunities in their positions only for the bringing up of their families. Though there are representations for ladies in almost all the top positions in our country, and we have reached far ahead. Just see how many of them are holding top positions in the administrative or even in the corporate sections. And this is the area where we need the support of the society. Even in this century, we say we have advanced a lot, but still among us there are houses where priority is being given to a son rather than to a girl child. Still the attitude of at least some of the families is that it is the son who has to take up the entire responsibility of the family, and the girl has to be married off. Even educating a girl child is becoming a part of marriage business. This attitude should change. Similarly, if you take up the social medias or apps, just 1 or 2 weeks before and after Women's Day, we can see several brands are being advertised saying that Women's Day specials. But for them, it is only a tool for marketing. Some may exchange gifts, flowers, and the like, but even on the very next day, everything is back to normal. We are not going to gain anything by simply celebrating a day as Women's Day. Each one of us should give a oath to ourselves that the change will start from our own house. And here I'd like to remind you about the great wordings of Mahatma Gandhi, which is there in all of our chambers. All the officers' chambers, there is a board which displays these wordings, that you should be the change you want to see in the world. This alone is what I want to tell you. Because if you want to create a society having gender equality, you should bring the change. And the change should come from your home. Only if this is done, it can create an impact or a change in the attitude of the entire society. If that be so, every day will be Women's Day for all. With these words, I conclude by formally inaugurating this function, and once again I wish to all the beautiful ladies a happy Women's Day, and for the men also.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that inspiring words. And now for the keynote address, I invite our chief guest, Senior Superintendent of Post Kottayam, Smt.Swaati Ratna S. Welcome, ma'am.
Respected Chief Judicial Magistrate, Roshni ma'am, Vice President of the Kottayam Bar Association, Advocate Girija ma'am, Advocate Reenu Saji, dignitaries on and off the dais, members of the Kottayam Bar Association, and all advocates present here, a very good evening to everyone. First of all, thank you for having me here today. It is indeed a great honor to celebrate Women's Day, slightly belatedly, with the legal minds of Kottayam. And it is only apt because after I heard that I was going to be posted in Kottayam, I called up one of my friends who also happens to be a lawyer who's practicing in Chennai. She's also from Kerala. I asked her how Kottayam is because personally I've never been to Kottayam before, and I was posted in a new place, so I asked her how Kottayam was. And I'm not even making this up, but the first thing she said after, of course, praising Kottayam's literacy and literature was that the women of Kottayam are renowned for being brave and strong, and that I would have a wonderful time working with them. And it has been 6 months since I joined here, and I have to say I agree with her 100% based on my experience with the women I work with, and I can also safely say that every woman lawyer sitting here must be a force to be reckoned with. I would also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge and appreciate the resilience and perseverance of women across previous generations who fought for us to be here today. We salute the pioneering women who shattered glass ceilings, those who fought for justice, and those who continue to inspire us with their unwavering commitment to equality and to claiming our rightful places wherever we are. And special appreciation goes out to all the men as well who are wise enough to look beyond the egos and to play a key supporting role in this fight for equality. However, today is not just a day for celebrating the successes. Despite the progress we have seen, we cannot ignore the challenges that the women still face. Gender bias in workplace, unequal representation in leadership positions, or the difficulties of balancing professional and personal responsibilities. Bureaucracy is not immune to this as well. And as a civil servant, I know what is happening at the bureaucratic angle as well. Though the number of women clearing the UPSC civil service examinations have increased from 1/6 in the 90s to 1/3 in the recent years, rising the ranks in key positions have their own challenges. But since we are at the Bar Association today, let us talk more about the judiciary. According to the Supreme Court's own State of Judiciary report, around 36% women judges are there at the district level. But this drastically reduces to 14% when it goes to the high courts, and even lower, as you all know, we have 2 chief justices there when it goes to Supreme Court. But without going into the politics of the traditional old boys club, who occasionally act as gatekeepers as well, what are the systemic issues that result in so few women being in the bench? The most common reason, and this is across all professions, is that dropping out of women from the workspace after marriage, after childbirth, or for child rearing. Is it because women are not ambitious enough? They don't want professional challenges? Or is it because we haven't provided them the necessary infrastructure for their smooth return into the workforce? To quote former PepsiCo chairperson Indra Nooyi, I think most of you all must have seen it on social media as well. The biological clock and the career clock are in total conflict with each other, like complete conflict. When you have to have kids, you have to build your career. Just as you're getting into the middle management, your kid needs you because they're going through their teenager phase. And as you grow even more, your parents need you because they age. And since traditionally, all these are considered as women's job, a working woman ends up with double burden. Only a very few women, either privileged enough to create mechanisms to lighten the burden, or the ones with supportive families, manage to pull through. And as CJM Madam earlier quoted, those with the inner strength also manage to pull through, but then sometimes we lack the necessary social infrastructure to help them and their inner strengths to cross barriers. However, it is highly important for women to hold powerful positions. Women as judges and civil servants not only serve as role models who can further attitudinal changes among young girls and inspire them to aspire for positions of power and change. Women in bureaucracy and judiciary also help reduce biases and prejudices and help bring in more representation to the problems of women. Then again, this is not the burden of women alone. We do not impose all the responsibility on the heads of women alone. Ignorance can no longer be an excuse. Women have started becoming vocal about the issues they have, and now it is the responsibility of men and their families to acknowledge them and act to alleviate them and support them in their struggle in their workforce. But the silver lining is that the society is also changing, albeit very slowly. Several young men are picking up the slack of the previous generations. Gendering and stereotyping of household work needs to be done away with. Anyone can load a washing machine, it's not rocket science. Knives cut and stubs burned, irrespective of the person who is operating it. Honestly, women don't want to be celebrated or deified or treated as goddesses. We just want to be respected as fellow human beings. We want our work to be respected. We are good multitaskers, even great multitaskers. But maybe we don't want to do it all. What if we just want that rest and a few extra hours of sleep? I think we should have the right to be able to do that. We definitely appreciate the help, and maybe many more family members need to realize it is not just the women's burden alone, it is not just the women's responsibility alone. With that, I would like to convey my best wishes to all the lawyers present here. Continue to grow as stronger women and supportive men, and wishing you all a greater career and very best in all your endeavors. Thank you.
That was so inspiring and beautiful. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, the Lady Lawyers of our Bar Association have planned some beautiful cultural performances. Now, let's jump into the cultural programs. Before we enter into our cultural programs, today we had Smt.Swaati Ratna as a chief guest. It was an honor to have you here among us today, ma'am. Thank you so much for your valuable and inspiring words. And now I invite CS Girija ma'am to give a memento as a token of our love to our chief guest. Now we can enjoy a mono act performance by Ansu Rebecca Kurian.
എന്റെ ഈശ്വര, എന്റെ കുഞ്ഞിനെ ജഡമായി കാണാനാണോ ഈശ്വര ഇത്രയും നാള് നീ? ഈശ്വര, എന്റെ പൊന്നു മോളെ ഒന്ന് കണ്ണു തുറക്കടി. എന്റെ പൊന്നു മോളെ ഒന്ന് കണ്ണു തുറക്കടി. സ്ത്രീ വെറും ഒരു കച്ചവടച്ചരക്കായി മാത്രം നിൽക്കുമ്പോൾ ഇത് നാമം ഒരു കാഴ്ചക്കാരായി മാത്രം നിൽക്കുന്നു. പേരുണ്ടോ, അഡ്രസ് ഉണ്ടോ ചോദിക്കേണ്ടുന്ന അവസ്ഥയാണെന്ന്. നിന്റെ പേരെന്താ? നിന്റെ അച്ഛന്റെ പേരെന്താ? അച്ഛന്റെ പേരിലും ഭർത്താവിന്റെ പേരിലും മാത്രം അറിയപ്പെടുന്ന ചില സ്ത്രീ ജീവിതങ്ങൾ. ഇതാ ചില നേർക്കാഴ്ചയിലേക്ക്. നമ്മതേ നമ്മൾ അറിഞ്ഞിരിക്കണ ഓന്റെ മക് 18 വയസ്സായിരിക്കണൂല്ലേ? ആര്യാരായിരിക്കും പറഞ്ഞിരിക്കണത്? ഓ ആണ്. ഇനി ഒരു 2 ദിവസം കൂടി വീട്ടിൽ വെച്ച് പുറപ്പിക്കാൻ പറ്റൂല. ഓളെ നമുക്ക് നിക്കാതെ പറഞ്ഞ അയച്ചേക്കാം. എടേ ഓളെ എത്ര നേരമായി ഇവിടെ കിടന്ന് ചലക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങിയിട്ട് ഓളെവിടെ സൈന വിളിക്കോളെ? ബാബ ബാബ നേരത്തെ വന്നോ? ഇന്ന് റിസൾട്ട് വന്നു ബാബ. എനിക്ക് എൻട്രൻസിൽ ഫസ്റ്റ് റാങ്ക് ഉണ്ട് ബാബ. ബാബ നമ്മുടെ അടുത്ത മെഡിക്കൽ കോളേജിൽ തന്നെ കിട്ടും ബാബ. എനിക്ക് അഡ്മിഷൻ ഒരുപാട് സന്തോഷമായി. അല്ലാതിന്റെ എല്ലാവരും ഒരു ബലങ്ങിട്ട് മാത്രം നിങ്ങൾക്ക് റാങ്ക് കിട്ടിയോ ബാബ? ബാബ വിളിച്ചു പറ ബാബ. നമുക്കിന്ന് കൺഫർമേഷൻ കൊടുക്കാൻ ദിവസം ബാബ എന്ന് വിളിച്ചു പറ ബാബ. മതി, നിർത്തിക്കോ നിന്റെ പഠിത്തൊക്കെ. ഇന്ന് ബഷീറും കൂട്ടരും വരുന്നുണ്ട് നിന്നെ പെണ്ണ് കാണാൻ വേണ്ടിട്ട്. ഒരുങ്ങി വെക്ക പാപ്പ. പറ്റൂല പാപ്പ, പറ്റൂല. പറ്റൂലാണോ? നിന്റെ തൊള്ള തുറക്കാൻ ആര് പറഞ്ഞൂടെ? നിന്റെ ഒച്ച ഇവിടെ കേൾക്കണ്ട. ഈ പൊരക്ക് പുറത്ത് മാറി നിൽക്കങ്ങോട്ട്. ഞാൻ ഒരുപാട് കഷ്ടപ്പെട്ട് പഠിച്ച മാർക്ക പാപ്പ. പാപ്പ ഈ പഠിക്കണം പാപ്പ. ഈ നിക്കാനും സമ്മതല്ല. ഈ നിക്കാനും എനിക്ക് പറ്റൂല പാപ്പ. ഈ നിക്കാൻ എനിക്ക് പറ്റൂല. ഇങ്ങോട്ട് മാറി നിക്കണേ പാപ്പ. പറ്റൂല പാപ്പ, ഈ നിക്കാൻ പറ്റൂല പാപ്പ. ബഷീറെ ഓളങ്ങനെ പലതും പറയും. ഓക്ക് കല്യാണത്തിന് ഓരോ മടുപ്പില്ല, ഒരടങ്ങേറും ഇല്ല. നമ്മള് പറഞ്ഞ 50 പവൻ അങ്ങോട്ടോ ഇങ്ങോട്ടോ ഇല്ല. ഈ കൊണ്ടിക്കോളി. വാപ്പ 5 മാസത്തിന് ശേഷം എന്താണ് ഇവിടെ കിടന്ന് തൊള്ള തുറക്കണ ചെയ്യാ? ആശുപത്രിയിൽ പോണ്ട ദിവസമായി. ആശുപത്രിയിൽ പോണ്ടേ? ആശുപത്രിയിലെ പോക്കൊക്കെ പിന്നെ. എവിടെ നിന്റെ 50 പവൻ? ഈ നിക്കാന്റെ പിറ്റേ ദിവസം കൊണ്ട് തരാന്നുള്ള ഇന്റെ വാപ്പി പറഞ്ഞത്. ഏടെ നിന്റെ 50 പവൻ? കൊണ്ടു പറ്റണില്ല. ആശുപത്രിയിൽ പോണേക്ക. വാപ്പി ആ പൈസ കൊണ്ടു തരൂക്ക. പറ്റില്ല എന്നല്ല എന്റെ അടുത്ത് പറഞ്ഞ. ഇങ്ങോട്ട് മാറി നിൽക്കാൻ. എന്റെ കുട്ടി പോയി. 8 മാസോ ഇത് പള്ളയിലുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അല്ല സുന്ദര ചെക്കനായിരുന്നാ ആശുപത്രിയിലെ ഡോക്ടർ പറഞ്ഞത്. ഇപ്പോഴും നല്ല വേദനയുണ്ട്. നടക്കാനോ ഇരിക്കാനോ ഒന്നും വയ്യ.
എന്റെ പേര് പറഞ്ഞില്ല അല്ലേ ആരും? എനിക്കും അറിയില്ല എന്റെ പേരെന്താന്ന്. ഞാൻ അറിഞ്ഞിരുന്ന മൊത്തം മൊയ്തുവിന്റെ മോളെന്നാ. 18 വയസ്സായപ്പോ പിന്നെ ബഷീറിന്റെ ഭാര്യ പേരെന്താന്ന് അറിയില്ല. ഞാന് മരിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാലെങ്കിലും ഓരെന്റെ പേര് മയ്യത്ത് രജിസ്റ്ററിൽ എഴുതൂലേ? പഠിക്കണം, ഒരു ഡോക്ടർ ആവണം, ഇതൊക്കെയായിരുന്നു എന്റെ പൂതി. മയ്യത്ത് രജിസ്റ്ററില് പേരെഴുതുമ്പോ നിങ്ങള് പോയി നോക്കണൂട്ടാ. ഫാത്തിമ ബഷീർ മരിച്ചൂലേ? മയ്യത്ത് രജിസ്റ്ററില് പേരെഴുതിക്കോളി. പണ്ട് നിങ്ങളുടെ വീടുകളിലെ മീൻകറികളുടെ മണമെന്ന് മറ്റ പഠിപ്പിച്ചിരുന്നു. എന്നാ നിനക്ക് ഭയം കഷ്ടപ്പാടിന്റെ കല്ലുകളെല്ലാം വെട്ടിക്കയറ്റി. അപ്പോഴും നിങ്ങൾ എന്നെ ഒരു ഭ്രാന്തായെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു
പേരറിയാത്ത, വിലാസമറിയാത്ത സ്ത്രീകൾക്ക് വേണ്ടിയുള്ള സമർപ്പണം. നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം.
That was an incredible performance here also. Thank you so much. Now let's enjoy a fusion dance performance by Gauri and team. Thank you so much for that performance, dear ones. Now, I invite Advocate Anika Santosh for a vote of thanks.
Respected President, esteemed dignitaries, distinguished guests, honorable colleagues and dear friends. It is with immense gratitude and deep appreciation that I stand before you today to deliver this word of thanks on the occasion of our Women's Day celebration. First and foremost, I extend my heartfelt appreciation to the leadership of our Bar Association, whose unwavering dedication and meticulous planning have made this event a grand success. Your commitment to recognizing and empowering women in the legal profession is truly commendable. A special note of gratitude to our esteemed guests and speakers whose insightful words and inspiring messages have enriched this gathering. Your presence and encouragement serve as a beacon of motivation, reminding us of the vital role women play in shaping the legal landscape. To our incredible women advocates, your resilience, perseverance, and unwavering commitment to justice continue to inspire us all. The celebration is a tribute to your invaluable contributions, and we are honored to acknowledge your achievements today. A heartfelt thanks to our junior advocates whose enthusiasm and dedication added vibrancy to this event through their wonderful cultural performance. Your efforts have truly made the celebration more lively and memorable, and we deeply appreciate your participation. I also take this opportunity to extend my deepest thanks to the organizing committee and every individual who worked tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure the seamless execution of this event. Your dedication and hard work are truly commendable. And lastly, to all the attendees, your presence and active participation have added significance to this occasion. And thank you for joining us in celebrating the strength, intelligence, and determination of women in law. With sincere gratitude, I extend my warmest thanks to each and every one of you. And thank you and wishing you all continued success and empowerment.